Peace and love, fam. This is James. So, I talked a little bit about nature and other things like that going on um, in my life, and I've been, basically continuously accosted and put under mind control. And you know, uh, One of the things that it's hard to find out when you're in this type of program is the forced program is that you can't find. It's really hard to find out who it is that's doing the controlling, who's doing the mind control. Um, you know, because there's so many different networks out there. I mean, you got Israeli Mossad, you got the U.S. military, you've got, I mean, just like all these other agencies out here who use technology and use it to mind control the masses. And once you're put into one of these programs, they really go out of their way to confuse you and turn you into something that you're not. And and that includes brainwashing. That includes, from my personal experience, some type of a form of brain enhancement where they try to enhance your brain, try to make it faster, more visuals and stuff like that. And if you know the spiritual aspect of things, you can start to connect some of the dots as to what they're trying to do, on the spiritual plane. Um, because they want to use it to attack people. They want to use it to force things in their direction. Anyway, so one of the things that's really hard to do is find out who are the people who accost you. Like for me, every single night, I've got people talking to me, literally talking, speaking to me, sending images into my brain, doing all sorts of stuff that they shouldn't be allowed to do at all. It violates your personal rights, it violates your natural rights, your sovereignty. And so, if you find out who these people are, you're probably going to want to get them to stop. You're going to report them. So tonight, I think I've got a clue. I mean, I know that my father-in-law, my ex-father-in-law, was some type of Israeli, I don't know, spy or something. Um, and his son, who was my ex-brother-in-law, was, a part of this cabal thing, I think. He did some very strange things. Obviously he was a police officer, so I realized that he was probably part of some type of, probably a Masonic Brotherhood. He possibly was, a part of the cabal. Who knows what these demon worshippers do. But I found out that he's possibly a part of the control that I've been going through, and the disrespect, and when it comes to what has happened to my family and everything, it kind of makes a lot of sense. I had an incident once where, when I first had been chipped, where someone screamed at me and said, "You don't love my sister," um, and it sounded like a child, kind of, but it probably, now that I think back on it, it probably was Adam, Adam McNeil, his son, who's currently now in the military. I'm guessing he is now, working in Afghanistan, doing all sorts of stuff. He might be a clone. I've been attacked in my dreams several times by him. Um, what I'm guessing is that because he's a part of this brotherhood, he's a part of the whole ritualistic sacrificing. So he probably sacrificed my daughter and ate her heart or whatever he did. Did whatever he could so that he can get closer to me, and do some nasty things. And so I've been dealing with this on a continuous basis. And tonight I think I identified, at least he's one of them, one of the attackers, one of the people who show up and don't leave me alone. I'm guessing he was turned into something, turned into a robot. I don't know. He definitely is different from what he was. He might have been killed and replaced. Um, but the reality is that he is one of the controllers, and so I'm going to go ahead and work some magic and try to expose this bastard, to get him to stop. Um, and, obviously that would lead to a larger trail of people, of entities who are just up to no good on a continuous basis. And so just want to put this video out there. So, if, and just ask the universe, ask the greatest one for help in this endeavor. Please send help and, support uh, for this endeavor, so that we can clear out some of the cobwebs and some of the demons who have decided to take shelter in our bodies and in our minds. Um, Please help us get rid of some of these uninvited guests. They're not guests; they're just the uninvited tormentors who really have destroyed our lives and done things that they really shouldn't have done. So I just need a little help in direction with, um, you know, uh, getting rid of these negative entities, these negative people, and at least we can identify them properly and, make official reports to the right channels, and hopefully get them to stop. And so that's that. I'm going to go ahead and work on that tomorrow. And amen.